Vince McMahon, without him, there would be no WWE. There would be no sports entertainment. One of the most important figures for professional wrestling as a whole. Even though he was never a full-time professional wrestler, he used to wrestle on a part-time basis. But most of the people don't know what was his last matches in WWE, so let's see. So Vince McMahon's last match in WWE came at WrestleMania 38. It was Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee. This happened in 2022. At this year, Vince McMahon was almost 77 years old and there was a story to this match. So at WrestleMania 38, only one match was set, which was Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Vince McMahon was sitting on the commentary table to support Austin Theory, but Pat McAfee defeated Austin Theory. Pat McAfee was celebrating, but then Vince McMahon got in the ring challenging Pat McAfee. Austin Theory helped Mr. McMahon little bit and this match started. Vince McMahon dominated the match being a 77-year-old guy, but at the end Austin Theory again helped Vince McMahon and then Vince McMahon just pinned Pat McAfee to win the match. But then comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, gave a stunner to Austin Theory and then gave a stunner to Vince McMahon, and this might be the worst stunner Vince McMahon ever took. So this was Vince McMahon's last matches in the ring, but what was his last Raw and SmackDown match? So Vince McMahon's last Raw match was a really different match because it was Vince McMahon, Vladimir Kozlov, Drew McIntyre, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, a 5-on-1 handicap match, no disqualification match. In this match, everybody was beating John Cena so much, but at the end, Batista came to help Cena. He helped Cena as it was a no DQ match, but at the end, Batista betrayed John Cena by giving him a spear and Vince McMahon pinned him to win the match. This was Vince McMahon's last Raw match and it came in 2010, but his last SmackDown match happened in very early days. It was Brock Lesnar versus Vince McMahon, a steel cage match with a special guest referee who was Kurt Angle. This match came in 2002. During the ending of the match, Vince McMahon slapped Angle and then Angle gave an ankle lock to Vince McMahon, but Brock Lesnar saved Vince and gave a F5 to Angle. Vince and Lesnar worked together. Vince left the cage and won the match, but Brock Lesnar beat Kurt Angle so much. After the beating, Vince McMahon again came in the ring with the WWE title and gave it to Brock Lesnar. And that was Vince McMahon's last SmackDown match. Now we have seen all last matches of Vince McMahon, but there was also one last match which you don't know. Now Vince McMahon was also an ECW champion and was also part of an ECW show, so how can we miss this? So Vince McMahon's last ECW match was Rob Van Dam taking on Umaga, Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon in a 3-on-1 handicap match. The match ended when RVD was going for his finisher 5-star frog splash, but Shane McMahon dropped RVD and then Umaga gave a superfly splash and a Samoan spike to defeat RVD. So this was all Vince McMahon's last matches in WWE. So that's it for the video guys. I hope you liked this video. Till then, see you soon.